Good morning and welcome to the Stonksy indicator channel. My name's Saver Crypto. I'm standing in for Dave this morning, who's having a day off. Let me just check the audio is okay. It sounds fine, so that's good. Right, we've got very few people here. I think there's 5 watching, so good morning to all 5 of you. That's fantastic. If you can just say hello in the chat, that'd be great. And I know you're alive and well. Okay, so a few things to talk about today. Going to have a look at the CME, where the CME closed last night. Going to have a look at Stonksy, obviously. We're going to look at the 5-minute strategy. It's the 5-minute and 6-minute we've been talking about quite extensively this week, and yeah, we just want to see what that's giving us, if that's giving us any clues to what might happen to Bitcoin in the near future. Which is obviously great. Okay, so let's get a chart up and then we can start having a look. So let me just do that. Right, I'm trying to be a bit more organized this week because last week I forgot to do various things, and here we are. Okay, right. So this is This is the Bitcoin chart. I'm currently using Bybit as a data source here. Oh yeah, I'm also going to talk about the Stonksy oscillator, this thing down here, which we don't often speak about actually. I believe there are new updates coming to the Stonksy indicator soon, and there will be some changes. Well, I think there are things that are already here, but they're going to be much more easy to use, easy to interpret, I believe, in the near future. And one of the updates will involve this oscillator here. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk about it and introduce it. Cool. Anyway, we got Andy here. Hi, Andy. That's great to see you here. Brilliant. Math's a legend. Morning. Just dropping in for a few minutes. That's fine. Thanks. While you're there, Math, can you give the stream a like, please? And if you could do that too, Andy, that'd be amazing. That'd be great. Obviously, we're not going to get as many people this time of the week as usual because things aren't quite so exciting, are they? Okay, so let's have a look. Well, let's have a look at the CME close from last night, first of all. So to do that, you need to go to BTC, and it's that one, isn't it? No, it isn't. You need to look in all because it's actually the CME, isn't it? And I've completely forgotten what it is. Hang on a sec. I have it over here. So it is. Just give me a second. I'm so used to just having it here that I just there you go. Right, BTC1 exclamation mark. That's what you need. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the one. Okay, so let's look at this on the 1 hour time frame. So what we can see here is that the CME closed last night. This candle here is from 9 o'clock last night UK time. If I go over to the CME group website, and I will remember to change the tab this time, you can see here that the actual last price there was actually higher than I expected it to be. It's actually 103,640. Okay, that's interesting. So 103,640. So let's remember that price there and then go back to the chart. Okay, I'm just going to pop in a horizontal ray like I do normally. I just normally pop that in anywhere and then go to the settings, go to the coordinates and put that level in there. Okay, so that's where it was. It's the, as you can see, it's the candle body close of that red candle there. So 103,640, right? And currently the price on, for example, the Bitcoin chart. Hang on, let me just save that. Sorry, the Bitcoin chart on Bybit, currently the price is 103,465. So not too much change really. Now, what I'm wondering is if over the weekend we are going to get a bit of a pump, maybe, and then the price will want to come back down. Sounds crazy saying down, but down to that CME close on Friday sometime next week. The opposite could happen though. We could get a dump over the weekend, although I can't see why, to be honest. If we get a dump, then next week we'll see the price go back up there. So it's certainly worth monitoring what's going to happen over the weekend. So yeah. So Andy's saying 103k. Yeah, it is indeed. It is indeed. Let's write it down a bit of paper. 103,640. Okay. But bear in mind though, the CME price is always different to the actual price you see on exchanges as well. So it's also worth bearing that in mind. So let's put on Stonksy. Let's get rid of that. Put Stonksy on the 1 hour. And you see the 1 hour on Stonksy has been long for a long time now. That actually went long on, I think it was, yeah, it was like midnight on Wednesday, wasn't it? And it's been absolutely beautiful since then. You know, if you'd have gone long then, uh, the price has increased 7.65%. So if you're doing that on some kind of leverage, then say it was 10x leverage, you're talking about a 70% increase there. Now, I did have I did have a large-ish account over on Bybit. I did take a little bit of profit this morning on that. I made a video about it on my own channel, which you can watch afterwards if you like. I also have a BLOFIN trade that I want to look at here on the stream today, because I think I want to take some profit on that as well. That said, I did notice that on the 5-minute chart, this is what we've been talking about all week on the stream with me and Dave. We've been talking about the background going green and then getting this confirmation arrow there. And for anyone who wants to know the settings to make sure that appears the same as we have it, what we have is on Stonksy inputs, we've got the sensitivity on 8 and the confirmation period on 1. Okay. Now we've been noticing that when that appears on the 5 minutes, normally like a very good sign that the price is going to go up a lot. So the fact that that's there now makes me think that there is a lot more upside in the very near future, i.e. the weekend. So I am actually expecting a bit more upside. Now, what I did with my other trade, I took some profit at 104 dead on this morning, and that was that was quite a good move actually, because that was this little wick here. And I think I want to do the same, but I might go slightly higher. I might go to the level of these wicks here and just try for something like 104,300. And I'll show you the trade in a moment. But anyway, that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at there. Florin's there. Hi, Florin. Good to see you. So what I was going to look at was this momentum line. This is the one that comes with Stonksy. So to get this on your chart, you basically just need to apply Stonksy twice using the indicators there. And when it appears the second time, what you do is you go over to this 3 little dots there, and you go move to well, if you've got something down the bottom already, you can use existing pane below or new pane below. And when you do that, it moves the entire indicator down to here. And then what you need to do is to come over to the actual Stonksy settings here on the lower one. And what I do is I turn off all these support and resistance levels, turn off the green arrows, actually turn off the inputs as well. And then here you want to make sure you've got the histogram plot checked and also the oscillator line. And then you don't need any of this at all, because all you really want is the histogram plot and the oscillator line. In fact, I don't really need, if you see here, I don't really need the histogram lines there myself. I tend to turn the opacity down on those, but I don't, at the moment, I don't see a particular reason why you can't just turn them off. You know, and if you wanted to do that, you could just do that and you just get the line. I suppose in a way, you don't want to get sort of confused with an actual price line. So you want it in your head that this is actually a momentum line rather than a price line. So yeah, I mean, I could see why you might want to have them there. Now, what happens here is the line gets colored depending on its gradient. So when it's going up steeply, it's like a dark green. When it's kind of flat, it's a lighter green. I think there's another green as well. I'm not sure. and also in the lower section of the oscillator, it goes down to a darker red and then a sort of more of a pink as it's coming back up. So at the moment, we're pretty much running flat along there, and that to me does imply there is a bit of a turning point, a change in direction here in the price. But that's only on the 5 minute. If we look on something like the 1 hour, you can see that it actually did do that. So when that was flat out there, that was when we got that peak, was when I took some profit on my other trade. And I think this is quite good for that kind of thing, really. So I am going to be looking at this, hopefully within the time of the stream, to maybe take a little bit of profit on my BLOFIN trade if the price comes back there. And if I manage to do that, then I'll have some spare money. So the idea is to wait for the price to come down a bit. And you tend to see that. Obviously, you'd see a change in background on Stonksy on the smaller time frames, but as well, you'd see that in this oscillator as well as the momentum starts to slow down. Okay, so yeah, that's good. Let's just look at the comments. So Andy's saying just need to stay under it. Stay under 103. Is that what you mean? No. Okay. Oh, you mean you just need to stay under the CME close? Yeah, I in a way, that is the more healthy thing to do, I think. Is if the price sort of dropped down, it went down to 102 or 102.5, even as low as 100k again, really, and then next week we'd see it go back up to 103. That said, it looks very, very lively here, but so I don't know. We'll see what happens. PMG George Lifer Banterson. That's the name, isn't it? I've not seen you here before, so welcome. It's great. Do make sure you like the stream and you subscribed as well. What does it mean for the CME to close? Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, let's have a look. So, right. So the CME group, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is a kind of exchange in Chicago, and they trade lots of traditional stuff, and they also trade Bitcoin, and they trade it from, well, it's essentially Monday to Friday, but what it actually is, it's actually Friday night to and then they open, and then they close on Friday night, and then they open again on Sunday evening. And there's no real reason or behind this, but for some reason, it does seem that what tends to happen, and it's something like 90 something percent of the time, the price that Bitcoin closed at on the CME group, so this one here, this price here, the price tends to come back to there usually early on in the following week. And that can be the Sunday night or Monday morning. And in the past few weeks, it has done exactly that, except last week when it closed, well, when it went back to this price on the Wednesday, and I think 2 weeks before that it did it on the Friday. So it kind of gives you an idea. It's basically if the price of Bitcoin does something crazy at the weekend, it kind of corrects during the next week. That's basically what it is. I don't know why that happens. It's just one of those things that does, and it's just something that we've observed happens. But anyway, very welcome. Anyway, PMG George Lifer Banterson. That's a great name. Matty Plays, hi. You guys are here early, excited for the market. I'm always excited. Actually, that's not true, but yeah, no, I am always excited. And I'll tell you what, is the more I trade Bitcoin, up and down, longing and shorting, and that kind of thing, the less I become interested in the actual price. In a way, at the moment, I keep saying this, but I do like it when it's actually below 100k. I like it when it's, you know, in the 70s and 80s. I don't know, for some reason it just seems easier to trade, and I don't know why. I think it's because the numbers aren't as big. You know, you've got only 5 digits to remember rather than 6. But yeah. Anyway, excited for the market. Yeah, I think the market is generally quite bullish. So yeah, I am very excited indeed, actually. And we can talk about a few things like that later. But yeah, so I'm looking to take a little bit of profit on my BLOFIN trade and then look for a pullback and then add it back in and then see what I can do. So I'll just find that page with my BLOFIN account. If you haven't got a BLOFIN account, there's a link in the chat actually, and also in the description, where you can sign up to BLOFIN. And I believe if you use that link, I believe you get reduced fees, but I think you get the fees at the same price as what you get if you were like VIP 1. And I don't know if this has changed, but I know when TMG arranged that, he did it so that you were only going to get that for the first month, but I believe they haven't got a mechanism of turning it off. So don't quote me on it, but I think if you get them cheaper fees at the start, then I think it doesn't change. I think anyway. I don't seem to be paying a lot in fees, so I'm kind of hoping that I am actually VIP 1, even though I'm actually, I don't think I am. I am no, I'm still VIP 0. Yeah, so that's a good reason to use that link there. While you're up there, you'll also see the link to Stonksy, stonksy.io. If you haven't got Stonksy, do go and get it. You can use the code. What is it now? I think it's bot20. And it says at the top of I think it's bot20. It gets you 20% off the monthly plan. There's also a link there to the Stonksy affiliate plan. If you've got Stonksy already, sign up to the affiliate program, because if you can refer one friend, you get really nice commission, you know. And if you can refer lots of friends, then you effectively won't be paying for your Stonksy. You know, your commission will pay for it. And yeah, it's very worthwhile doing. I've only had a few signups myself using my link, but yeah, it's definitely a nice way to make a bit of money, especially if you're in like a trading group, or maybe you've got something going on with a bunch of friends, or like, you know, if you're active on Facebook or TikTok or, you know, Instagram, whatever, and you've got somewhere where you can share your links, it's worth doing, you know. Cool. Let me just get this account up. Right. So this account here, this is, I started this one. I started this trade off with about $800, and it was it was a Friday. I think it was about 3 weeks ago, in April, definitely in April. And I was talking to Dave on the Friday, and I was looking at various things, and I was saying, like, I think the price is going to go up. So I went long here, and I had about $800 in this account, and a couple of days ago I had $2,000 in this account, like 4 days ago, and I seem to have tripled that in the last few days, which is pretty amazing. So I just realized I haven't got any music on. Let me just sort that out. And also, there was someone at the door, so I might have to go down to the door. I'm going to try and ignore them, hope they'll go away. Let me just put some music on. So let's have the normal one that Dave has. It's called Daydreaming. I'll turn it down a little bit. Oops. All right. Okay, let me just have a quick look at the window, see who that was. Right, that was Jehovah's Witnesses, so they can go away. Right, excellent. Right, here we are. Anyway, so what I've been saying is with this trade, I have been kind of taking profit here and there, putting the profit back into it, and so you can see here, if you look at the order history, you can see that I haven't closed any of the positions out fully, but I've been taking profit for quite a while actually. So say from the 6th of May, like a little one here. I don't know what I was doing there. $2.77. That's obviously me messing something up, isn't it? And then there was one here. This was like $43 I took out, and then it started to get a bit more serious. This one here on the 7th of May was 21%, $127. I think that was just the other day. I talked about it on the stream. And then on the 8th, which was Thursday, I took 82%. So, that was a nice one. $467, which is nice. And then this morning, was that this morning? No, that was also the 8th. This one here I took a bit more. So this was a good one. So the entry here was 98,413, and I closed it 104,269, which is above where we are right now. And that one was really nice. That was like $1,000 in profit, while still keeping the trade open. And what I've been doing is like going long again when I've seen a bit of a pullback and adding the money back in. Consequently, my entry is not as good as it was. My entry was down like low 90k. My entry is now up at 100,688. I think that's why I don't like it, because they're not as easy to say. 100,688 or like, yeah. Anyway, so that's where the entry is now. I've got a stop loss there just to protect it, but if that does hit, it will be a shame. But I've taken $1,553 in profit already, so we're currently 70% in profit, $2,587. So that's looking good. So what I want to do is find a level up here that I fancy for just taking a little bit more profit. So let's have a look back at the chart again. Let me just check the comments. I'll tell you what, for a while I've been talking about buying a new MacBook, and I am, because the one I'm actually streaming on is fine. It's like it's an M1, it's a 2020 M1 MacBook Air, and it's great. I love it. But then what I do is I monitor the stream on an old 2017 Intel MacBook, and that one runs very slow, so it doesn't want to scroll properly and stuff. So the idea is I'll get a new MacBook Air, the M4 one, and that will replace the streaming one, and then the streaming one here will become the second monitor, second computer. I think that'll be a nice idea. Anyway, so right, let's have a look. I'll highlight some of these comments. That's always a nice thing to do, isn't it? Let's go back to comments. I must say, hats off to Dave for doing an absolute sterling job of doing all these live streams. Because it's quite hard to remember all the bits and bobs to do. Anyway, so we've got excuse me, we've got Mr. Delta saying morning groovers. He's a groovy fella, isn't he? Hello, Mr. Delta. Nice to see you. Right, Matty plays 200 MA is finally looking to reverse. Okay, I can have a look at that in a minute, or at least ease out instead of just going down. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at sort of like a little wick up, pull back, and then carry on up. That's what I want to do. Mr. Delta has got a stonk on. He's well excited, and he's yeah. Well, that's a nice thing to do on a Saturday, isn't it? That's great. Florin Belkia. I'm watching with a bit of a lag because I'm working. Okay. Yeah. You can actually put live streams on a higher speed. I sometimes do that if I'm driving somewhere. I don't watch videos while I'm driving, but sometimes I listen to things, and if I do, I put them on like 1.5 speed. And then if you're in a situation where like you lose the signal or whatever, then it kind of goes faster, and then when it catches up, it sort of goes back to normal speed. That's on the YouTube app on my phone anyway. So there you go. So right. Okay. The green and red colors and shades are explained on the Stonksy website. Green, red, yeah, they are actually. Oh, you mean for the oscillator? Yeah, they are. Just so you know. Yeah, okay. I did it this morning, and I thought, shall I show that or not? Andy, don't have crypto friends. My mate sold all his £150 in crypto a few weeks ago because he was bored of it. Yeah, well, I mean, some people do that, don't they? Some people actually, they'll see, they'll see Bitcoin like at the level it's at now, and they'll buy £150 worth, and then next month it'll be down at like 90k again, and it'll be worth £120, and they'll just think that's rubbish, and then they'll sell it. What's the alternative? The alternative is like you put it in a savings bank, and then after a year you get an email saying you've got £2 interest. I don't know. I mean, the whole reason my channel was called Save with Crypto, and the reason I was christened Save with Crypto is because a few years ago, I was living in France, and I was doing quite a lot of affiliate work, like online affiliate work, and some SEO work as well. And I was getting paid, quite reasonably, and I had quite a modest lifestyle. I did live in the Alps in a ski resort, but I had like quite a small little chalet, and we didn't go out a lot. And if I did go out, I was generally playing in a band, so I was getting like free beer and stuff anyway. So I wasn't spending a lot of money, and so my bank balance was looking all right, and I kind of asked my local Banque Populaire about the savings account, and they kind of laughed, and they said, well, we've got one, but it's like, they said the interest is almost nothing. And it was like, it was point something, but it was 0.1 something percent, so I kind of phoned up my Santander account back in England, which I still had, because even though I hadn't lived there for 20 years, I kind of phoned them up, and I said, oh, hello, I'd like to get a savings account, and they said, yeah, that's fine, and they asked me a few questions, and they said, great, and what's your address? And I told them my address, and they said, oh, we can't do anything because you live abroad. So at that point, I was thinking, well, what can I do with my money, and I did have a little bit of Bitcoin that someone had paid me with a job for like a few years earlier, and I kind of looked at it, and it like quadrupled in value, and I thought, oh, that's good. So at that point, I bought loads of as much as I could of Bitcoin and a few other weird cryptos, but I bought a load of Bitcoin, and then I was looking at those unstoppable domains, the ones where you can have like a .crypto and a .eth and a .egold and all them sort of things, and the one that was available was save with .crypto. So I thought, oh, I'll buy that. Then I realised you can't really build a website on those kind of things. So I thought I'd start a YouTube channel called Saber Crypto. So that's how that came about. And it was literally because I actually thought the idea of, like, you know, saving a bit of money and hanging on to it in pounds or whatever is ridiculous, you know. And then shortly after that, it was, when was it? It was when Bitcoin was about, well, it was about 9,000 euros. So whatever that is in dollars, I guess that's about $8,000. And I bought quite a lot. And then my brother-in-law, who's well, he's now an ex HSBC banker, you know, quite a high up fella. And he kind of just said, oh, it's all going to go to zero, you know. And then shortly after that, or a while after that, the COVID thing happened and the price went down to about $3,000. And I thought, oh my God, he's right, you know. But then now, look where we are. And so, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you can't persuade your friends to do anything. And to be honest, if friends of mine asked me about crypto, you know, I said, like, I'm not going to advise you to do anything, you know, but I would suggest that you look into it and, you know, decide if you think it's worth having some. Yeah, I think generally buying Bitcoin is a good idea. But the only thing is, if the price of it goes down, then you need a way to sort of get more Bitcoin. So if you've got like a job, you can just buy more. Or if you learn to trade or use Stonksy to help you trade, then what you can do is when the price goes down, you can use that Bitcoin to sort of make more Bitcoin, you know. So I don't know. That's why I'm not frightened of owning Bitcoin. Other altcoins and stuff, I'm not so sure about anymore. But anyway, but in Bitcoin, I believe a lot in. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, so that was a bit of a long answer. Andy, I'm keeping my longs open for the run to not mess up my entries up. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking with my Bybit one. And to be honest, the actual entry is still down at 90k now. So, you know, I didn't mess it up that much. I just took 25% off. And yeah. Stephen UK, hello mate. Howdy, sir. What was the of that song you had out? I forgot. What was the name of that song you had out? Okay, I'm not going to tell you, because then you'll work out who I am, and I don't really want that to happen, actually. But yeah, no, I can't really do that, actually. I think what I might do is, if anybody does like my funny little tunes, I might just publish them on Spotify or something, and I'll just be called SWC, which will stand for songs songs without clarity. No, I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. But yeah, no, I mean, we didn't get far with the music. It was you know, we had some songs in the indie charts, but yeah, I'm not going to dox myself, because you never know these things. I'm obviously not in TMG's status where I've got millions and people are trying to kill me or anything, but you never know in this industry. I think if you can remain reasonably anonymous, I think it's probably a good thing to do, which is why Dave covers his face up and why I don't appear on the camera much or at all. Although I might do in the future, but I'm gonna, I don't know, I might have sunglasses and a false nose, a beard, maybe. I don't know, not sure. Anyway, so yeah, so I can't tell you that, Steve, unfortunately. But it probably wouldn't improve your life much if you knew anyway. I don't think. I mean, there are a few of the old recordings out, but yeah, not lots. Okay, cool. Anyway, what was I talking about? Talking about everything, wasn't I? So let's have a look at this Bitcoin price. So it did move up a little bit a minute ago. So I think what I should do. I think what I should do is I'm going to set a take profit. I might just set it on that resistance line there, 104,349. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And I'm just going to set a partial one. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go to close. I'm going to go 104,349. I'm going to close. Ooh, how much? 20%. Yeah, 20%. Then I go close long. Okay, so that'll close long at that price. And that will actually close at 19,127 USDT. That's the position size, isn't it? Obviously, I haven't got that much money, so it can't be that much. Okay, so that's set. Let's set that there. Now, obviously, when that happens, this will remain the same until I decide to go along with that amount as well. Part of the reason I want to do this is partly for the fact that I know that by doing this kind of compounding your gains, it can help to increase your balance quite quickly. But it is more stressful, because I know if I go out today, I'll be checking the chart all the time to see if this stop loss has been hit, and then I'll be, if it goes up, I want to move it up a little bit. And if it comes back down, I'll be thinking, oh no, is that a bit too close? It becomes stressful. Whereas with the buy bit I've got where I've mostly left it, my stop loss is down at 90k, 90 something k. So I'm not worried about that. That can stay there. But I do want to make a lot of money, and I do think the price will go up to about 110k in the next week or so. So yeah, I just want to make some money. Anyway, let's put a different comment up. I'm going to put the Stonksy link up just for anybody who hasn't got Stonksy. So there it is, stonksy.io. Okay, so the special offer that's going on at the moment, the 20% off, that isn't going to last forever, because that was an offer when the markets were looking pretty rubbish, and now the markets are looking pretty good. So that isn't going to be there forever. So if you haven't got Stonksy, use that. The code for it is at the top of the website, so you'll see that when you go there. And for anyone, if you lot who is already using Stonksy, take a look at this link here. It's in the description as well, and have a look at the commission you can get there, because that's really good. And really, you only need one or two people signing up to cover your monthly fee if you pay monthly. Anyway, let's go back to the chart. Okay. So I'm just going to say this for Mr. Delta, actually, because I don't know if you were here earlier, but what we were saying was on the 5-minute Bitcoin chart, we did actually get that green arrow there pointing up on Bitcoin on the 5-minute chart. And that to me is quite a good sign. So I think that's great. And also I did point out that in the 1 hour time frame, we're still long, and we have been since Wednesday. So that's looking great. Just want to look at a few other things as well. I was quite delighted. As some of you might know, I've got quite a lot of e-gold and other Multiverse X type tokens. And e-gold went up a lot. That's up to like $19.50 almost now. That's really good, because that was down at like 13 a few days ago. I must admit I was actually buying some at that price, so that's good. this Hatton one, I do need some of this because I can get a higher staking reward if I stake in Hatton. If I stake my e-gold in Hatton, if I stake my e-gold in Hatton protocol, I can get a higher staking if I've got more of that. So I haven't got much of this at the moment, so I'm sort of disappointed that the price went up actually. But yeah, so there's that. This is a weird thing. This is called MEX. This is like the weirdest tokenomics ever. This is like the coin that kind of powers the Multiverse X DEX, which is called X Exchange, and no one's actually ever bought this stuff. It's just kind of we just farm it all the time, and the price has just gone down massively over the years. I actually thought I was going to retire on this, and what I thought was I was going to retire on is locked up until 2027, and what I thought was going to be worth about $500,000 is worth about $7,000. So that's rather disappointing, but nevertheless, it is good to see the price of it actually just do something, because it's been going down horrifically for ages. This one, ZoidPay, some of you people might know my involvement with that as well. That's a bit of a disaster, to be honest. It's to do with a fintech solution where they're waiting on the approval of an iOS app. And the iOS app was submitted to Apple last July, and it's not approved. And when it gets to the 1 year anniversary, I'm going to get a bit what's the word? What's the clean word? Anyway, I won't be very happy about Apple, really, but I don't know. Anyway, we've got an AMA about that next week, so hopefully there'll be some good news about that. BGB is always a funny one because BGB is the native token of the BitGet exchange, and this was about 40 cents or so a few that's probably a couple of months ago, I think. It was about 40 cents, and all of a sudden it just went up like hugely. I did actually sell some. I just sold the majority of my BGB at $8. It's come back down now to 4.79. But I've actually been trading on BitGet with been trading Bitcoin using BGB as my collateral. So it's actually increased the amount of BGB I've got, which is obviously brilliant because that's gone up a bit, well, quite a lot in the last sort of few days. So that's been good as well. So BGB is an interesting one. I think while there's nothing particularly wrong with the BitGet exchange, it'll be fine. But obviously, if something goes wrong, like it gets hacked or something, then these kind of things can rapidly go down in price, or even like when the exchange stops being usable in certain countries, that can always affect things as well. So I think generally exchange tokens are worth having, but yeah, just be careful. A lot of people talk about the Weeks one as well. Weeks isn't really an exchange I've ever used properly, but a lot of people saying that token might be worth hanging on to as well. There's that. Swissborg. Okay, what's going on here? I think I did a thumbnail for a video yesterday. Swissborg, I think, are going to do amazing in the next year, maybe. I know they've got a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on that are going to just make them amazing. And even little things that I didn't like about Swissborg, like I didn't like the fact that if you wanted to move USDT in and out of Swissborg, your only option was the Ethereum blockchain. But now they've actually made it so it's Solana. So it's really cheap now to move USDT in and out of Swissborg, which is brilliant. Because what I used to do, particularly when I used to trade on exchanges using Bitcoin as my collateral, like I still do with Bybit, I used to buy Bitcoin on Swissborg and then move it over to an exchange. And when you do that, if you move Bitcoin, you're normally paying about $7 or $8 in fees to move it. So then I thought, okay, well, I'll just buy USDT, then I'll do the transfer on the exchange. But then to move the USDT, you had to pay the Ethereum gas fees, which were expensive. So I had to find ways around it. What I actually did was I used to buy Tron on Swissborg and then move that to an exchange and then change the Tron to Bitcoin. But you can never do that directly anyway. So the fact that now you can do it with the Solana network makes much more sense. So that's great. Very good. Mr. Delta, let's highlight these comments. So let's have a little scroll through. Oh, Lee Scully. Cool. Hello, mate. So what we got here? Oh, it's not a good sign. It's a nice confirmation to get. It's not a good sign. It's nice. It's a nice confirmation to get the arrow. It's not a good sign. Yeah, not sure what you mean there, actually. What did you say before? No, you didn't. Okay. Let me just read that again. It's not a good sign. It's a nice confirmation to get the arrow. Okay. Not sure what you mean. Sorry. Anyway, Lee, hello, mate. Hi. Hit the like button. That's a very good idea, actually. If you can all do that, that'd be fantastic. I know it's the least popular show of the week, but there you go. RN saying Doge mooning. Oh, let's have a look at that in a moment. I've been trying to buy Palantir on eToro, but my money goes into my GBP account and I can't get it into my investing account. Been trying this for 3 days now and can't work it out. I did actually have an eToro account about 4 years ago. It was one of the first things I did because when I started looking at crypto videos on YouTube, I started getting adverts for eToro, and I thought, oh, that's good. And then I worked out that I could actually top up the account using PayPal, and that was a bit of a game changer for me because a lot of the work I did back then, people used to pay me with PayPal in dollars, and to change dollars into euros, which is what I was using at the time because I was living in France, was really bad if you do it on the PayPal platform. So I tried various things. Like I thought, okay, can I go from PayPal to TransferWise? And they didn't allow that, so I couldn't do that. So I started using eToro, and then I bought a load of Ethereum. I actually bought it when it was $90, believe it or not. I bought a load of Ethereum, and I thought, okay, I'll just withdraw it now. And I couldn't. I had to wait something like 3 months to be able to withdraw it. So it was like really weird. But anyway, so Palantir on eToro, but my money goes into my GB account. Okay. I honestly, I haven't used that for years now, so I've no idea how you would do that. I've been using Trading 212 for that kind of stuff, which is pretty good. I have sort of stopped talking about it on my stream though, because I asked them if I could be an affiliate, and then they looked at my site and said, looked at my YouTube channel, and then they said, oh, it's to do with crypto, so we don't want anything to do with that. So that was the end of that. But I do use it though. Yeah, so I can't help you there, mate, unfortunately. John B saying thank you. Okay, don't know what I've done, but you're welcome. Oh, what do you use for stocks? Oh yeah, I use Trading 212. It's very UK friendly. It's a worldwide app, I believe. I must say that when you do join, they want to know absolutely everything, like your name, address, phone number, national insurance number, and all sorts of questions about your income and stuff. And even with them, because I've been doing quite a bit of buying and selling of stocks and stuff, I mean, I haven't made that much money. I've got about 20 grand in there. I've made about 2 grand. Even then, I keep getting messages saying your trading style is dangerous, and it doesn't coincide with what you told us about the way you invest. Because obviously with anything like this, when I join up, I always say that I'm a minimal investor, and I invest less than 1% of my income, and it's not my main thing. I always do that. And then obviously I think the idea of just making a 10% gain in a couple of months is probably, it must be fairly normal, mustn't it? I don't know, but anyway, it's probably more normal for a trader rather than just a regular investor. I think it might be because I said I was an investor rather than a trader, but anyway, so that is what I use. RN certain amount. Right. Okay. Not sure what you mean there. Oh, hang on. You were saying earlier, Doge mooning. And you said it's not a good sign. Yeah, I don't know what you mean, mate. Sorry. I'd love to reply to that. I don't quite know what you mean. Okay. Chris Tatry, hi there. Hi, Chris. Are you new here? If you are, you're more than welcome. Yeah, we do this every weekday around about 1 p.m. UK time. I've normally got my mate Dave here, and we talk about stuff. It's normally a much more lively show when we're both here. But Dave has his day off on Saturday, so I just do an hour on Saturday morning. And then Dave does a little bit on Sunday night, and then we're back to the 1 p.m. During the week. So that's all good. But anyway, you look a very happy fella on your little thumbnail. That's great. Yeah, very welcome. I'm just rambling here. I'm just talking about just going through my watch list and just seeing if there's anything of interest. We'll look back at Bitcoin in a moment. I will look at Doge as well. Let's make a little note of that. Right. For some reason, I've just written down Dodge with 2 Ds. Ethereum Bitcoin, right? This is good. Let's just turn Stonksy off for a moment. This is what we've been waiting for a long time, isn't it? Really, we've been looking at. We've been looking at this line of resistance down here, something like that, and it's just been looking dreadful for so long. Go out to the daily time frame. So what will happen next? Well, I can see another line, something like that, maybe. But that's good. If we can like that. Right, I think that's valid. You've got like 3 touch points there, haven't you? So that would take, if we went up to there, right, that would be back at the 0.04 level. Now, I remember being there before. So when was that? That was last September. Yeah. I think Ethereum's going to be okay, actually. I know a lot of people thought it was dead. But there is so much that is powered by Ethereum. And if it just if the gas fees were just less, it would be perfect, wouldn't it? And yeah, but I think at the moment, you know, like Solana's winning the race a little bit because it's so easy to like build crappy meme coins on Solana, and people aren't doing that on Ethereum anymore. So I think that's why Ethereum's been lagging quite a lot. But yeah, let me just put that on the 1 hour Stonksy. I mean, Stonksy's been brilliant on Ethereum. That's been long since Thursday, when we were down at like $1,800, and here we are at like, you know, 2,400 pretty much. Cool. Right. Go back to. Oh, so Lee was saying he's looking at Palantir as a long-term investment. Yeah, I actually, yeah, I think so. Actually, I mean, I know on Trading 212 you've got these things called pies, where it's like a basket of stocks that, you know, are projected to do fairly well over the next few years, and they've always got a big chunk of Palantir in them as well. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's a good thing. I've got a little bit at the moment, not a lot actually. I've got way too much. What do you call it? I've got way too much Tesla at the moment, but Tesla did have a nice little pump yesterday, so I need to decide what to do about that. Actually, I'll write that down as well. Tesla. Okay. Lee is saying DOT is doing very well at the moment. It's my main hodl. Okay. I always find this interesting. Like, you know, people who have their main hodl as being an altcoin. I mean, I've been guilty of this as well, because my main hodls, I suppose, that have been consistent over the years have been Borg, Swiss Borg, that is. But that's because I've got the premium tier, the Genesis premium tier. So I've actually got like 50,000 Borg to do that, and then I've got another 50,000 just for fun. CRO, Crypto.com's coin, I've got a load of that as well, which I think is going to be all right, by the way. And I got loads of CRO, and that was because I wanted one of the premium tier cards. What's the other thing I've got? And I've got a load of EGLD, which was the reason that my YouTube channel got popular in the first place. So I thought I'd carry on doing stuff with EGLD. And I must admit, it's been a bit of a love-hate relationship recently. EGLD, I love the tech on it. I love the speed and the cheap transaction fees. It's just, you know, can we persuade people to actually use it? That's the problem. But we'll have a look at DOT in a minute. Anyway, that's cool. So you're putting 2K into Palantir. Nice. I think you'll do well. You know, I think that'll be good. I think that could turn into a nice sum of money. So maybe we'll have a look at that as well. PLTL. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the chart. So have a quick look through these as well. Immutable X did really well, didn't it? I think that was another one of those with the amazing 5-minute confirmation thing down there. I think that was brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah, but these are all doing great. I think even XRP is doing all right as well. Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? Let's have a look at Doge. Don't know why I've only got bit get selected, but what did I do there? Oh, I'll put it there. Well, yeah, again, it's another one of these with the green arrow on the 5 minute, and boom, up it went. Yeah, I'm definitely looking out for more of this in the future. I think maybe the thing to do is look at this Stonksy oscillator, and when it's been down the bottom, just chugging along, kind of expect a change then. Get the green background. That was starting to go up on the pink. And then you're fully up there, Did that happen before? Yeah. So here as well, it's down here. Started moving up. Get the green background, green triangle, boom, off you went. It's worth getting Stonksy, I reckon. In fact, I'm going to put the little thingy back up there for anybody who hasn't got it, and do take advantage of the Bot 20 special offer at the moment that is on the website, because that won't last forever. So yeah, do make sure you get that. Okay. So yeah, Doge. Yeah, I've definitely I missed the boat on that. I must admit, Doge is a thing that I've never really particularly had. Because I don't know. For me, it's like it's got too many fundamentals that might change over time. Somebody says something, or well, it's basically down to Musk, isn't it? Really, but if he does something or says something, the price will go up and down. I think it just makes it quite tricky to trade. Might be good to just hold though, I reckon. But obviously it's a bit more expensive than it was a couple of days ago, isn't it? So I'm probably not going to buy any. Dot. Yeah, I mean, I had Dot when it was about $40, I think, and then I kind of sold it and did something else with it. I can't remember what I did, but so yeah, Dot's not one of mine, but that's beautiful, isn't it? We've got the green triangle on the green background. You did get one here. This is interesting. So you got one here. You got the green triangle, green background, but this oscillator was already at the top there. Okay. So that one didn't do much there. But then this one here. Oh, no, that's not the case, because that's not what it did here, is it? I think this was just a very bullish thing for everything, wasn't it? But yeah, obviously it just became super powerful, didn't it? But yeah, no, well done with that, Lee. Big pile of Dot is really nice. And let's have a look at Tesla. I mean, Tesla did fantastic on Friday. Was that Friday? Yeah, wasn't it? I was quite pleased actually, because I bought some Tesla a while ago when it was, well, I was looking at it when it was up in the like 350 area, and I thought if it gets below 300 I'll buy some. So I think I bought some around about 280, and I've actually been underwater quite a bit last sort of few days, or a few weeks rather, and I was quite pleased to see it come back up and get back into profit again. I am probably going to hang on to it. A lot of people think that Tesla stock is overpriced at the moment. I just think, apart from the how do I say it? Apart from the general sort of behaviour of Mr. Musk himself, putting a bit of a probably a dent in car sales and stuff at the moment. I think that's all going to be temporary, and really the actual company, I think, is so advanced, and it's not just cars. And I want one. I really do want a Tesla. And I'll probably get one at one point when I've actually got the ability to charge it at home. Because at the moment I haven't got a driveway, so I can't do that. So it's not going to happen right now. But yeah, no, I think Tesla's good. And the other one, Palantir, which I don't think I've got. Oh, there you go. I can't remember. I bought and sold some of this. I can't remember what I did. I know I did really well with it. I can't remember. So, what kind of price you hoping to buy your Palantir at, Lee? Oh no, he's off now. Off to my son's basketball game soon. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you, SWC, for your phone help. Lastly, hit the like button, guys. Well, thank you for that, Lee. That's great. Yeah, please do hit the like. And yeah, I might have to be off myself actually soon as well. But yeah, so yeah, good luck getting some Palantir. I think what I'd probably do, not financial advice, but I think things got a bit euphoric over the last couple of days. Maybe see what happens next week, because I think the market might cool off a little bit. I do think it's going to go up, but I think it might just chill a little bit after the weekend, maybe. But I don't know. Okay, Andy saying, what does JUP look like on Stonksy? Jupiter. The only time I ever use Jupiter is to buy meme coins, and then straight away I regret buying the meme coin. But I know a lot of people do use Jupiter. If you are actually buying some memes, you just got the Solana address that you got off Dex screen. By the way, I know it's very, very easy just to go up to your Phantom wallet and just do a quick swap there. But if you actually go to the Jupiter Dex, I can show you. But if you actually go over to the Jupiter Dex, then what you can do here is you can do swaps here, but you can also do these trigger things as well. So say you were, sort of selling your Solana and you wanted to buy, I don't know, PopCat, you can actually is that how it works? I did it yesterday. Oh yeah. So you can then set the price you want to buy at. So say you wanted to buy it at that, which is like 2.92% down from where it is, then you can do that. I haven't got enough there, but you could do that, and it will work like a limit order. The only way that doesn't work like a limit order is the way that when you set that order, you pay a small amount in Solana to set that, because it's obviously a DeFi platform. And if you decide to cancel that order, then you actually pay to do that as well. I mean, it's only tiny, but it's just worth knowing. But generally, if you buy stuff on Jupiter like that, with the trigger order, then, or even the instant order, you actually pay less than using the Phantom wallet. So that's worth knowing, I think. Anyway, what was I looking at? I was looking at Jupiter. So yeah, well, let's see if this has got the right. So we haven't got the wonderful green background on the 5 minute, but I bet you if we look on the 6 minute, it might have. Oh no. Okay, so unusually that hasn't shown this this climb quite like it has on other alts, but certainly on the 1 hour, I would say that is really beautiful. Are we topping out for the moment? Possibly, but I think generally everything is looking like it's banging its head against the ceiling at the moment. I'm just wondering if the market just needs a few days just to sort of chill out a little bit. So I don't know. But Jupiter's down quite a lot, isn't it? Okay. So Stonksy on the daily with Jupiter, that's actually been kind of short since February. Now, is that showing any sign of life? Definitely is, isn't it? Yeah. So are you holding this a spot, or are you you trading this? It's probably not a bad. It's probably not a bad spot to buy some Jupiter if that's the sort of thing that interests you. Actually, yeah. Not financial advice, of course, but yeah. I would say that is on the turn as well. I think most things, I think most alts are gonna recover. Well, not recover, but like get a lot more positive than they have been over the next while. Okay. So Lee Scully, I'm DCA, mate. I said going to DCA into Palantir. Yeah, cool. I think with traditional stocks, I think the thing to do is to actually spread them out a little bit and buy a few different things here and there. Andy, spot with dupe and I'm underwater in a long. Oh, okay. Oh, underwater in a long from January. Oh, okay. Right. Right. I hope that was a nice low leverage long. So, because January, you might have been there. And you could be 70% down, even with no leverage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I must admit that actually sounds quite attractive now you mention it. We just turn Stonksy off. Yeah, his computer's not as fast as it could be. I think I need to just maybe reformat it and start again. Yeah, I think Jupiter looks interesting. Let's just have a quick look with the old VRVP and zoom out a bit. Right. So the fact that we got over that level there, like 50 cents, which might actually be a bit of a psychological one as well. The fact that we got over that, there's this kind of void here, isn't there? So unless for some reason that comes back down here and then dies completely, that is kind of going to get attracted to these nodes up here, up at 83 cents, and then maybe like $1.11. That actually looks quite interesting. I'm going to write that down actually. Yeah, so thank you very much for that. Okay, that's good. Andy, 3x cross had to add to it. Yeah, be careful with that cross leverage because scares the willies out of me, I must admit. Okay, right, I'm going to probably end it here because I need to get on with my Saturday. Saturday is one of my favourite days of the week, I think. Not so much because I don't work, it's because the kind of normal work I do, which I don't do very much these days, I just know that clients aren't going to hassle me on Saturday, whereas they do in the week sometimes. I know. Oh, Crypto Pappy's here, and I'm just off, Pappy. Sorry about that, but I'll probably see you in the Discord later on. I'm not. I'm going to go out today, but I'll probably do something else work wise as well during the day, and I'll certainly be messing around with trades and stuff. So that's all good, really. Yeah, I'm gonna head off, I think. So I just want to say thank you very much for everyone who's come along today. Please do click like on the way out. If you aren't subscribed for some weird reason, then please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications turned on. Do check out stonksy.io if you've not got it already. If you have got Stonksy, then do check out the affiliate program as well, and see if you can get just like one person to sign up. If everybody in the Stonksy community did that, we'd be in a much better position, and it'd be really good, and we can move it on forwards and create new features and just make it an amazing community. And it'd be wonderful to have a few more people in there to share ideas and get more input from. So yeah, brilliant. Anyway, Crypto Pappy, my fault, was busy. Have a good weekend. No worries, mate. We'll see you. See you tomorrow night for Dave's show, and also we'll be back as normal in the week. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you all soon. All right. Take care. Do check out the links in the description, and do click like on the way out. All right. Bye. Thanks very much, and above all, tell your friends.